TMG.
And I'm Master Shenlo.
Coming to you live from the Hive.
With another tale from the deep.
Yeah. We're joined by our guest.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, you remember Bill, right? You've seen him before on episode
4?
It was a recent one. I don't remember. That was like
it was like
ago,
the
man.
first one. It was like one of the first interviews we had.
December, November.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? This is number 52, so this marks the 1 year.
1 year. Congrats, guys.
So, we've been doing this a whole 1 year.
You guys make me jealous. I've been wanting a podcast for a while, so
it's not too late.
Never
kind
too
of something
late.
I want to talk about too.
Yeah, we see that.
Love to talk about it.
But yeah, brought you guys a little present here.
Ooh, a little treat.
Oh, snap.
You want to try some of that first?
My homegrown. I got
do it.
some
to
roll
the
right
end.
here too.
Oh, shit. Let's get them all going.
Let's go ahead and fire that up.
You want to pack the bowl? You want to pack it? I'll pack
Are
it.
they the same?
Yep, it's all purple Romulan.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Purple Romulan, you
yeah,
say?
Romulan crossed with purple Kush. It's an indica. Very earthy, very fruity.
Yeah, in case you didn't see the previous episode with Bill, he's a growing enthusiast.
Didn't want to talk about it much last time because I was in a little bit of a
situation.
little bit of a pickle. We'll just call it that, and wasn't able to smoke weed or have anybody knew I was still growing at the time because probably the city and county would not have liked that too much. So
I can see that.
because that would still technically be possession. So I just decided not to say anything about it. Didn't really want to say anything about it last time, but I used to work for a dispensary, still grow at home, and I'm thinking about getting a podcast to teach people how to grow weed. I think I have a very simple process. I produce a very quality product, and I think anybody and everybody could do what I do if they just follow the steps that I take. Yeah. There's a few things that I can't control, which, environment, and that's a big key of growing weed is the environment you grow it in. It can't get too hot. It can't get too cold. It just stresses the plants out. So, I like to call my grow room Little Hawaii because it's always 75 degrees, day or night, and it doesn't change unless I have a malfunction of equipment,
Yeah.
So, but that happens, and that's things you have to deal with. Lights going out, air conditioner going out, heater not going when it gets cold, breakers blowing. I mean, there's things you have to deal with that, shit happens. But other than that, the process I do my first episode, I want to cut a clipping, which they're called clones, and you grow the roots off the branch of the part of the plant you cut. And I want to pop a seed and show the two different ways that you can bring something, from a seed to a plant. And then once you have that plant, the way you do the clippings, you can just perpetually clone that plant indefinitely. People always say, does the quality of weed go down the longer you clone? And it goes through changes, but if you keep that plant healthy, I've been cloning off the same plants that I've had for 12 years now. And my shit just keeps getting better.
So it's just all technique then, huh?
Yeah, it's technique. It's honing it. It's, I have a few basic ways that I do things with amounts of water that I feed, and a lot of it I learned growing commercially.
Wow.
For 6 years. But just, never read a book on growing weed. I've looked online. There's really not much information. I mean, and there's questions that you're going to have that you're not going to be able to find a thread for, or
It's just like when you're getting into trades. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They teach you. They'll teach you what you need to do, the basis and consensus. But it's different in the field.
Yeah, and when you take that knowledge out into the field,
it's totally different. Like it applies, but now you got all this extra shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in this little fucking corner, this crawl space. You're all doing all this extra shit. They didn't account for this in the fucking training. You know,
and you know that's I want to show people how I grow. I have a grow room in my garage. I built it out of just 2x4s and particle board.
Sweet.
You know, it's got electrical outlets. I have 2 rooms, one for vegetation, one for bloom, 2 different light cycles. And, you know, that's just kind of what I want to show people what it takes. A lot of people grow in tents nowadays. I was thinking about maybe even having a...
Yeah.
Damn, the hum went away.
I know. Lost me
my
out.
train of thought there. No, but I just want to show people what I did to get to where I'm at, and you know.
No, you grow some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like just backyard.
Yeah,
weeds,
it's smooth.
You know?
It's fucking dense. You know, and doing it
sticky.
Another thing I want to add into it is just the legal borders of what you could actually do with growing weed. You know, a lot of people, I hear a lot of people talk about it, and the most I hear out of people is like, you can have like 12 plants, right? You know, but it's a little more in depth than just having 12 plants. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
In Denver, we'll just use Denver as an example. They went from, because it used to be, you could have 6 plants per person up to, I think, 3 adults in a house. So, like, all 3 of us live in a house, we could grow 18 plants. But half of those would have to be in veg form and half would have to be in bloom form. So, like in Denver, you can have 12 plants, but you can only bloom 6. And you'd have to have the other 6 growing, ready to go into bloom. So, and that's kind of what I want to teach, is how to constantly keep a bloom room full of marijuana. So
you have weed all year round?
All year round, yep.
Huh.
And no matter how many plants you want to grow, you know?
Yeah.
And you really only need, I mean, the more you try and grow, the more problems you're going to come across with bugs and, you know, and keeping the cycle, you're going to have more problems. But if you just want to keep one plant, you know, you clone it before you put it in your bloom room, or, you know, you don't want to just take one cutting, but you'll take like 6, pick the best one, plant it, let it grow. By the time your other one is done budding, you just throw that one in, you know, take cuttings off it, throw that one in your bloom room, and start the process over again. Excuse me. So, I mean, and that's all I do is just keep a cycle of life
by cloning your plants. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
And you
Smart.
know, I don't pay for marijuana. I pay for dirt. I pay for nutrients.
Seeds.
That's one thing I actually wanted to ask.
Because you clone, right? So
yeah, I clone them, so it doesn't cost me anything to start a new crop.
Yeah. Wow.
And seeds aren't very expensive. This purple Romulan I got these seeds online, but they're the first seeds I bought in a long time.
Wow.
Interesting.
So, like, what kind of nutrients do you use? Are they like?
I just use. It's called BioBiz. It's a Dutch product. It's just a simple organic mixture. You know, it's very light nutrients, and it's very inexpensive too. And since I've been growing, I mean, I've had the 12 bottle mega pack fucking. It's got directions book this fucking thick on. You got to mix this one with this one with this one, and fucking got to pH it. You got to fucking just mad science. I call it growing like mad science. Most of the guys, when you get into growing, you go to the grow store and they're going to try and push you this fucking 12-step fucking, they're retarded.
They're retarded, he said.
I got into those. I got into a few of them, and my plants are burning. Like the nutrient, I mean, they're just like, it's like pumping steroids into these plants, and everybody's just like, oh, I want big buds, and everybody wants grow these huge buds that are just dripping crystal, and that just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
the strain you grow is going to be the better you grow it, but it's usually the quality of the strain is you're not going to be able to get a dirtweed seed and grow these mad fucking purple buds. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
So, but all these, they were crazy. And then the first year I was like, I want to try and grow a plant outside. So I was looking for something that was good for indoor and outdoor. And I ran across this BioBiz. And the first thing I noticed is I didn't even have to pH it because I mix it up, check the pH, it was always just straight across. So I stopped pHing my nutrients, and most people are like, oh, you got to pH it, I don't. So the product I use, I know doesn't like spike the pH, and it's just super simple. Mix it up every morning, pour it in, and
so you mix it with like water?
Yeah, just mix it in some water, stir it up, and I feed them the same thing every day, and then there's a cycle, and I don't want to go into too much detail. That'll be what my podcast is about, but just keep a cycle, and then there's also a cycle of pruning and maintaining your plant, because you just grow a plant and never touch it, you're going to get fluffy, larfy, just crappy buds. When you dry them, they're just going to shrivel up into nothing or just fall apart because there's nothing to, there's no dents, there's no nugget there, And pruning is a lot for that too, because the more you prune off a plant, sends energy to the parts that you didn't prune or touch that have the leaves and the buds. So you take all the stuff off the bottom that's really not going to grow into anything anyway, and get rid of all that. It sends more energy to your buds that get denser, they get bigger. It's you actually get more weight of smokable product by sending the energy to certain, the best of the plant than you do by just growing everything, So unless you just want to make hash, and then go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just pull the fan leads off, But
use it all.
But that's another thing I wanted to, I want to do a podcast about growing, but I want to do it the whole cycle of the plant, not just when you stop growing it, when you cut it down, and when you hang it. I want to show people what I do there too, because and I know everybody's got a way. I mean, you want to talk about how to grow weed 5 different ways, just get 5 growers in a room, and you just let them go. I mean,
they all have their own way.
Everybody has their own way. I just want to show people how I do it. I think I have a super simple way. I don't pH anything. I just, it's more the dedication of taking the time to do it on a timely basis, Like, I get up every morning. First thing I do, make coffee. And then I go in and I feed my plants, So, and then weekends is when I do the general maintenance and stuff like that. So, but...
Yeah, it's just keeping up on it.
Yeah. and for my podcast, I would need a co-host, someone that would like to learn how to grow weed that doesn't know anything about it, because I think that would be better for them to have questions for me and just to have somebody else to talk to versus me just talking to myself. I think I might ramble.
I might ramble.
Need somebody to stop me.
For sure. Yeah, it's tight, man. Honestly, I really like the idea. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. How do you think? So, do you think it'd be like a set amount of episodes, right? Or do you think it'd just be like something you continually do?
Well, I think it's gonna, like, if it goes well, because I'd like to go into even processing the plant. I've learned how to do extractions with alcohol. I'm not going to be like, I doubt YouTube would show people blasting wax with butane. I bet it'd probably get the cops called. That's a huge offense now.
It's making it.
Yeah. But just to take the clippings and soak them in some Everclear and, to process it down to hash oil. And then from the hash oil, you can mix it with honey. You can mix it with butter, coconut oil. And from there, you can make barbecue sauce, chocolate, cakes, ice cream, pie, anything. You can medicate anything from those, 3 things. You can crush it up and make flour. I mean, I've never done that, but, it's just, processes I would like to show to be able to grow it and then what to do with it, Because even if you just grow like 4 plants, that's a lot of weed,
Yeah.
So you have to find something to do with it, process it into edibles, and just you could even eat it raw. And I have a buddy, he loves to eat raw, fresh weed, just as like, and he's like the benefits of it because it doesn't get you high. Your body won't, it doesn't get hot enough to activate the Delta 9, but sometimes it does.
Really? You just eat it raw?
Interesting. Very interesting.
But yeah, it's just an idea I've been having. I wanted to come on and, put the idea forward and, see maybe one of you guys would like to, be the ones to learn,
Shit. I might be down.
You could kind of trade some knowledge because, you can show me how the setup works and what you guys do on the podcast end, and can kind of use you guys teaching me to produce my podcast, Then,
oh yeah,
just kind of expand your the network. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely down.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been planning in my head. I really don't have a set amount of goals, or but I know I want to make it happen, and I think it'd be cool. That's the one thing. You turn that fan off. Like, I'm thinking, I would like to do it in the grow room, but it's small, and I really don't want to turn all the fans off, because it'll just get hot. There's so much background noise. So that was something I was thinking about. There's no soundproofing grow room.
I think there's something, I don't know. I've been thinking about it myself, about ways to get around, like, just noise and, mobileness, being mobile with, like, how do they do it on TV? They have those mobile packs, how does
it's a
that
certain
work?
microphone. There's certain microphones that are made for,
yeah,
they're, I'm pretty sure they're called dynamic microphones. They're made for outside settings and being able to capture sounds, better for, in like open rooms and shit.
Yeah, that, I definitely maybe think about investing in that. Like like being hooked up on mics.
Right?
Because then it'd be definitely a lot more clearer, and then also be mobile, and we could do it outside or in the grow room or wherever.
Right. And another, like, the first few episodes, like, there's not much to starting it, So I've just been brainstorming, like, what else could the show be, just to at least get like a half hour or, I was thinking like a 30-minute block because I don't see how it's not like a long form conversation like this. It's more of like a kind of a step-by-step thing on, here's how we do it, and just time that out into a 30-minute episode, find just enough to
give the information and maybe have some fun.
Yeah, maybe have some fun, talk conspiracies. We can talk, about whatever, current events,
Yeah.
Like how many people the jab's killing this week or...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How many? Sorry.
I'm
it's honest. It's just fucking
not keeping count.
It's happening though. All day, every day, every week, all year round.
Oh man, you want to hit that bong, Bill?
Oh sure.
Yeah,
it's good weed though. I like it, man. How long does it take you to grow? Like, when do you start this and do the process?
I start. When did I do that? Beginning of spring.
Okay.
So, and that I grew that from seed, and I grew like 5 of them. 2 actually got mature, and they were both female. So.
So that brings me to a question. Then you grow plants that don't actually mature. Then,
as in,
like you said you grew 5 and only 2 matured.
Oh, some just don't make it. Some seeds just don't make it through the germination process.
Okay.
And I was actually trying to get a male, so I didn't get a male. No, I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, because you're trying to get some seeds there.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wanted to give a little dabble into breeding to, just kind of see what I could do with all my other strains. Yeah, see what happens. So.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So did you only have the 5 seeds then?
No, I have when you buy seeds online, they give you like 50 seeds. The same, thing. So.
For how much?
Like $100. Depending on the strain, where you get them, so.
Interesting.
So you said you've only done that the once, or do you get seeds often?
No, I don't get seeds often. Most of the strains I've got, I've just acquired over the years, from people.
Yeah.
Just like, ooh, I like that, because being in the grow, a lot of people grow. So you just kind of trade strains and, accumulate a little library. And if you can keep them alive, you can keep smoking on them until they die.
So are seeds always good? Or how does that work? Do you know?
Not really. I mean, every seed has the potential of growing, but some of them might be, who knows how the plant seeded actually. Was it pollinated by a male that actually, produced natural seed versus plants can also flower themselves and hermaphrodite and pollinate themselves and also pollinate the room. So, and sometimes those seeds could be unstable. I've grown seeds of unknown origin and have had amazing results from them, like award-winning. We had, I don't know what it was. We called it Cougar, and it was just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And
you only had 1 plant?
Well, we cloned it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
Still got clones of that?
no, no, that's one that's kind of gone away. So,
Dang.
but
Nice.
You ever grew Durban poison?
No, I did at work. We had that at the dispensary I worked for.
Yeah, I cannot fucking find real Durban poison nowadays. Because Durban poison has a certain like taste. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and smell. You know what I'm saying? Like these dispensaries, they'll be like, "Oh, this is Durban poison." I'm like, I don't even look like Durban poison, bro. I'm like, this shit's all weird. Like the hairs are really yellow. I'm like, Durban poison. I'm pretty sure I had red hairs,
right?
And it doesn't have that smell. Like there's that smell.
There's like there's different phenotypes of like you grow 6 seeds. Not all 6 seeds are gonna produce the same exact flavor and taste of bud and look. Yeah. But they probably got their clones mixed up in the grow, and they probably don't even know what Durban poison is anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this isn't Durban poison, bro. I could tell by how it tastes and looks.
Me and Lo always talk about it, but like there's like sour diesel, like the way it used
nobody's
to be.
ever gonna get any real sour diesel.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Yeah,
that shit was the fire, bro. Like I remember that shit. Sour diesel. Man, you just don't get weed like you used to. It's just different now, And so, do you say you grow your weed all natural?
Yeah, I try to. Try to use good soils. The fertilizer I use is organic. I mean, I do my part not to just like pour it full of chemicals and I want to smoke the plant. I don't want to. See how big and juicy I can get it. Because, I mean, it grows just fine, just, feeding it every day.
Yeah.
So, the struggle's keeping it alive. Why try and poison it while you're, when you think you're doing good, Like, I've never had a problem with what the products I use.
Yeah.
So. And it's cheap.
That bio-biz.
Yeah.
Bio-biz. Yeah, definitely.
So is that kind of just like a sort of like a miracle grow or something like that, or like what exactly is it?
It's like a brown sludge. There's grow, bloom, and then there's a few things to add to them. But the grow bottle is for vegetation before you send them into bloom, and the vegetation also has a different light cycle, so you can keep the plant from actually going into bloom because they need a 12-hour light, 12-hour dark cycle to actually start budding. Like when you put a plant outside, it doesn't start budding until the time of year when that equinox.
Interesting.
Yeah, until you get that 12-hour day, 12-hour night.
I just realized why they call it an equinox.
Yeah. We talked about it before on the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah.
Mind blown or what?
Yeah, equinox.
That makes so much sense. And then the solstice. The solstices. But I don't know. So I don't know why they call them solstices.
And solstice the longest day? Or is it the shortest day?
I think one's the longest and one's the shortest.
Yeah.
And then equinox is like equally long, right?
Yeah.
And equally day, equally night. What a world, huh? So, do you think, so because of that, so then weed would have naturally grown out in an environment, right? Because of it just would have came out during the equinox when it started to flower?
Yeah.
Interesting. That'd be interesting, to see how it would have been naturally, just like, back in the day, like if you just walked upon it and found a weed plant, and how that would have been.
Yeah.
How that would taste like.
It's also a magical weed.
Well, Durban poison is a land-raised strain from Africa, I believe.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
That type of shit growing out, they go out and find that.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Imagine that. Just going and freaking walking into your backyard. You're like, where the fuck this bush come from? Mm-hmm. You're like, oh shit, damn, these are some fat ass nugs on this bush. Y'all take it, start curing it, freaking boom. Now you got a whole freaking pound.
Yeah, it's probably why they invented paper. You know, they need something that's needed a way to smoke it.
You think so? You're like, oh, this shit's useful. We can do a lot with
shit on
this.
the go.
We got fire and we got weed. How are we gonna smoke it?
I remember one time I was watching this Joe Rogan one. He was talking to this guy about how he was in like Africa with this tribe, and like the tribesmen, they would just literally like they'd be running because like that's what they would do when they were hunting and stuff. And then like one dude, he would just like literally like he'd be using a Bible and he'd like rip out pages and just roll them as they're running and shit. It's like, man, that'd be the way. Just rolling joints and shit, fucking hunting.
That's crazy.
I wonder about I wonder where they get their weed. Probably found it and kept growing it and kept some seeds.
Yeah, because out in the wild, males and females would grow together, so a majority of it would have seeds because it's just how it would naturally grow.
Yeah.
So until you take the female away from the male, then that's why the buds don't have seeds, is because they're just not pollinated. So.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the fucking weed plants mate. Do other plants mate like that? They're like cause seeding?
Pollinate.
Yeah, pollen. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The bees, man. Birds and the bees.
I guess, yeah. But are they male and female? Like
plants?
weed? Like weed?
Yeah, like a male marijuana plant just grows a little.
No, I'm talking
flowers.
about like other plants, like flowers and shit.
Oh.
Are they male and female, like cannabis?
No. Like tomato plants and shit? Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, see?
Lettuce.
Yeah.
It's interesting how weed is like male and female like that.
Yeah. That's
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It's unique. Marijuana.
Hell yeah.
Marijuana's something else.
Gift.
I heard that marijuana came from another planet or some shit like that. On like an asteroid.
Yeah. The octopus brought it.
Yeah. It came with the octopus and the mushrooms.
Yeah.
They're all riding that rock together. Shit.
The octopus still here. He's in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's a strange one. I'm sure you've probably seen it, but like, you ever seen like an octopus like squeeze through like just little holes and shit? It's crazy.
No, octopus is just they're just crazy in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Magic.
You guys seen that documentary on Netflix? I think it's like the octopus teacher or something.
No,
I don't know. This dude like falls in love with this little octopus, and he goes out every day and videotapes this octopus, and like it's like a whole little thing about him and in the life of the octopus and da da da. It's actually pretty interesting.
I might have to check it out.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. The octopus teacher?
Or something like that, yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'll see.
I don't know. It was crazy.
That sounds pretty crazy. What other animals? I think jellyfish are fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
They're just fucking like see-through almost. Freaking
Shit, there's stuff in the ocean we haven't even seen yet. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the ocean is the least explored place on Earth, and we're, 85% water? Something like that?
Yeah, there's a lot down there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Most of the Earth's covered in water. You'd think it's just an ocean planet, for the most part.
Yeah, except for the
Yeah.
few islands.
The islands in the way.
The few islands.
Right.
It's crazy to think the continents is like they're like almost islands. Just giant, just big
massive pieces of rock.
Bulging out through fucking water.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And in the mountains, too. Supposedly, that's tectonics smashing together.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We don't know. I haven't been watching the mountains fucking for like 1,000 years.
Better get to it, Lo.
I mean, that just makes you think, like, how do you know? How do you know that's how they formed?
Right. Have you heard of Tartaria?
No.
The mud flood theory? No. That
What's that
Tartaria
about?
was an ancient civilization that built like all these amazing buildings that they were already here, and they were destroyed or whatever, and there's still remains of them, and some are still up, but were reclaimed as other people building them or whatever. I don't know. It's a crazy theory. You should check it out. Tartaria.
Interesting. That sounds crazy.
I didn't even come prepared to talk about that, but it's something interesting, It's like, maybe,
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, we weren't there.
Right?
As far as I know, they freaking hide a lot from us anyway, so we really don't know at this point.
Well, we only know as much as, at the time the camera was invented. Before that is just hearsay.
Yeah.
Or in text and books, So
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's, it is a lot different too, I think because of it, it did, it changed the whole, way a lot of people see things, like, I think I definitely even believe, like, the whole way religion is viewed, because, like, if you're, like, used to seeing and believing all this stuff through pictures and video, and, like, and, it makes it a lot harder for some people to grasp onto, an idea of a God and stuff like that they don't constantly see or have, a sort of interaction with that they would consider, like intimate or, like this, when we're talking to each other. Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
there's this interesting video I watched. It was, you guys know Alan Watts?
Not familiar.
He's like a modern philosopher. I think he's dead now, but and he did a lot of like his own studies on just a lot of the philosophies of the world. So he just gives his insight, into certain things. On one of them, he's talking about the nature of God and how man, we create this image of God, as in we create this image of God to have something to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lack of faith. And as we keep creating this image, we're pulling ourselves further away from Him, more or less. You know what I'm saying? And the true God is there, but you can't see Him. You'll never see Him. But He's always there. He's in between everything, behind it all. And the more you seek and try to catch it, you'll never capture it. You'll never actually capture it. And so the thing to do is to not seek anymore. And that's when things will start to like... that's when things start to really change for you. Life changes. Because then you have faith. He's always there.
Right.
Even if you don't really believe Him as this image or in this, a certain way. The thing is faith. That's the key. Faith in whatever it is that you believe in.
Well, and even, no matter what you believe, if it makes you a positive person, I really don't care what you believe in, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. I mean,
yeah.
as long as you're not trying to hurt anybody else.
Right. Right.
Like, that's...
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As long as your beliefs don't hurt anybody else.
Right, yeah.
You know, I was like, you don't believe in freaking killing people to, you know, satisfy your
feel good.
You know, your needs.
Right.
God.
You're like, yeah, sorry. Because I read books about that, you know. There's serial killers who are really like that, you know, like Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman, they call him. On his book, that's what I read it, you know. He used to talk about how he would just go in Manhattan to kill bums for fun, to practice his art of killing, because he just loved doing it. He just loved killing people. Like, that's just crazy. You know, like, there's people like that. Like, how?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
History's been built on people like that. You know what I mean? And look, Genghis Khan, the Christian Crusades, you know, just stacking bodies.
Stacking bodies.
It's real.
Fucking.
It's built on, corpses. Like even, you know, like the Great Wall of China. You know, like that. Yeah. All the people it took to build that and all the, you know, I think I might have heard that they were just like, you know, just thrown in with the, you know, the building, you know, when they died and shit. Like, but it's, you know, like this stuff, millions of people died to bring us all this where we're at now.
Oh, yeah.
Not more than just living through life.
Fucking crazy. That's why we gotta be grateful for where we're at. We've come a long way. Life's pretty good now for us. You know what I'm saying? It was rough back then. Like, war it's not the same anymore. You know, it's not like everyone's fucking fighting every day.
I was arguing
rebelling
with him that, like, you know, although it isn't, you know, the utopia we want it to be, you know, it might be the best it's ever been, you know, like, you know, then times to live, like, you know, you can really, I mean, I don't know, in my opinion, because, I mean, I live now, and I think it's pretty decent. I mean, there could have been better times, you know, I don't know, maybe I wasn't alive then.
Yeah, well, I think the times are what you make, you know?
Yeah, you know?
You can either sit there and be like, my life sucks and times suck, or just make the best of it, or, you know?
I be thinking, like, do you think...
but it's, you know, it's not easy to do it all day, every day.
Yeah, it's hard at times.
But just staying positive.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a huge thing, man. I don't know about being positive exactly. You know, it's hard to just be positive. You know
well, how about be realistic?
Yeah. Because that's what I've been thinking about lately. Because I'm not trying to, you know, like positivity is great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't escape the negatives.
No.
There's no way.
No.
You know, and the more you try, the harder you're going to make it on yourself. You know, and you're going to be in this endless loop of trying to escape the negatives of your life, and you'll never really learn how to deal with them. And so you got to learn how to, you know, balance.
Exactly.
That's just what it's about. And you hear it all. You hear it from them all. Everyone will always tell you, you just got to balance. You know, it's all about balance.
Always. You guys want to take the shot?
Sure.
Yeah.
To
the new year on Tales from the Deep.
Hell yeah. To Bill's new endeavors on his podcast.
And many great ones to come.
Hell yeah.
Peace. I took a 12 gauge to that.
Haven't had some yak in a while.
Some
yak. Used to call it cognac. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. That's nice.
Not because it made you puke, because we fucking like to call it the yak.
No, yeah, it makes sense because cognac.
Yeah, the yak.
GNAC. Yak.
You know?
Yep.
I've heard that in songs.
Yak.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's what they were talking about.
I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
They're talking about drinking yak.
Drinking that cognac. Yak.
Yakety yak, don't talk back.
I'm a whiskey guy.
Do you like? You ever had a bird dog?
Mm-mm.
It's a good one.
Bird dog's good. I like cognac. I like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a really drinker.
Yeah, I don't do like hard alcohol a lot. You know, more of a beer guy.
Yeah, I don't really drink too often. I drink socially, you know, sometimes or whatever. Like now.
But yeah, I like my whiskeys.
What? Any particular one?
Well, recently I've been at Tin Cup.
Okay.
It's a Colorado whiskey. It's pretty good, inexpensive. You know,
does this trick?
Yeah. Occasionally I'll go get like a 12, 15-year-old bottle of some single malt Scotch. That's like my favorite. But it's just, for like $80 on a bottle, it's not easy to do all the time. So
just like $7.50 or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of expensive. So.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's expensive.
It's fun to do every now and then. And
Yeah.
It's tasty. You know.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
you like to drink the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Well, it keeps me away from it, like from just like buying whiskey every day too.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not getting no Kentucky Deluxe.
Not even whiskey, bro.
It's not.
I don't think so. I think
I'm sure. I'm
that's
pretty
like
sure
some dirty vodka.
Oh man.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it says whiskey on the bottle.
I don't know. It might say whiskey substitute.
Whiskey light.
Yeah.
Whiskey light.
May contain whiskey.
Oh god. So what you got here? What's this?
Oh, this hot sauce I made.
Oh, yeah.
I brought some chips. If you guys want to give it a try,
I want
it's
to try
kind of
it.
spicy.
Let's do this.
What is it? What you said? It's made out of peppers.
Yeah, it's just peppers I grew in my garden this year.
Heck yeah. What all do you grow in your garden?
I had some ghost peppers, habaneros. I didn't put the lid on that. Nice. Jalapenos, habanero, ghost, serranos. They didn't do so hot.
So you don't even have to go to
grew some, tomatoes. This has some tomatoes I grew in it.
Oh, nice.
A little vinegar, a little.
Yeah. So what are the peppers that are in this? All those that you said are in this, or?
Habanero and jalapeno.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If you just want to give it a pinky taste, if you want, I brought some chips. If you want to put some on a chip.
Yeah. Let's put some on chip.
It's got a good amount of heat to it. But that's just something I started doing this year out of my garden. I just like to grow plants, Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's marijuana inside or my garden outside. We grow squash, tomatoes. My wife actually bought a book. It's about sustaining your whole yard as a food source,
Nice.
And that's kind of what we're working towards is, we have fruit trees and, we're taking more and more of our garden space back in the backyard and expanding it and growing more stuff and finding things to do with the things we want to grow,
Thank you. It's pretty spicy, bro. Be careful.
Yeah. This stuff's got a bite to it. Whew.
So
It takes a sec.
do you bottle a lot of these, or do you just?
Well, it's just something I've been doing small batches. I mean, just kind of checking it out, seeing what works.
Did you try to make anything else other than hot sauce? Or?
I did some salsa. We canned that last weekend.
Did you put habaneros in that?
No,
Okay.
No.
That'd have been hot.
No,
man.
it was mostly tomatoes and
yeah, the
a few
hot
peppers, you know.
and I put habaneros in there. Whew.
Yeah. Oh, and those things, yeah, they turned out nice. So.
That's really good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does taste good. Dude.
You know, yeah, I've come to like spice more because my grandfather, he's a, you know, he'll make like chili that's just like, or like some meat and chili and stuff, and just like so hot, and it's like, it's not even enjoyable. But I mean, you know, after a while you used to it.
Yeah. The first sauce I made, I about killed myself with it.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Mm.
I dried these. They were purple habaneros.
Oh wow!
And I had about 2 ounces of them dried. And I decided one day I was like, I'll just make a sauce out of these. And I had no idea how hot they were. You know, I dipped a chip in, and just it was like that little chip challenge that comes in the box. You know, pretty much. I mean, it was the hottest thing.
Wow.
I was like, it was insane. So I thinned it out, and that was the first hot sauce I ever made, you know. But I thinned it out, added a few things, some vinegar to, you know, be able to like can it, and I was like, damn, this is good, you know. So I've been growing peppers, and you know, usually I just dry them and don't know what to do with them. This year I had quite a few, so I decided to check out making some hot sauces. It's fun.
Nice, yeah, I like your end product.
Yeah,
so, like, purple habaneros, are those like a certain strain? Or
yeah, there's different, yeah. Like, normal habaneros are orange, you know.
Yeah.
But there's so many different types, white, purple.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just,
that shit's fire. It's hot. It's hot.
ooh, he's going deep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
It's good stuff.
No, it is, yeah.
Coming soon to nearest store near you.
Yeah, right.
It should be. It should be. This shit will sell. I already know, man.
Yeah, see, there's so much to do with that. You know, you gotta have like commercial kitchen and whatnot. And, just regulations, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't just make hot sauce and go ask King Soopers to sell it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, Angela, go put this on the shelf for me, dude.
Just kick me back a couple bucks.
Yeah. Put a cash only sign on it. You know?
Cash only.
Yeah.
See Angelo in produce.
Yeah. Buy my shit at King Soopers, man. Yeah. Here's his number. He works in produce. He'll be showing fuckers the bananas.
Shit.
They'll try it with their bananas. They'll be weird like that.
After they show them to him, they're going to bet him up. Oh, man. We're at 53, but I kind of just want to keep going. You fine with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
You good with that, Lo?
Yeah.
You work today?
Yeah, but not for 1.
1 exactly?
1:30.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I quit my job Friday. So
Yeah, it works for suckers
kind
anyway.
of in limbo.
Works for suckers.
Shit.
That fucking hot sauce is pretty hot. It's heating me up. Feels like it's what I needed, though.
Clear sinuses
It'll
up.
clean you out, yeah, man.
You know, yeah. I was talking to somebody about it. I was like, that's why Mexicans eat all the spices and stuff, because it just cleans them out right away.
Yeah. working in construction, I know they're very cleaned out. Fuck, man.
Working in plumbing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah, just in the portalets, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just hearing them
Blowing. Quaking.
Oh, never pooping them things,
No.
man.
He's holding till you get home or what?
only if I have to.
I'll go to the store.
I'll go to the store. I'll take a break. Take my lunch. Go to the store.
No.
Like fuck that. I ain't gonna go.
Yeah, no. Working in construction pretty much my whole life, I've learned to wake up early and take care of that in the morning. You know, to at least get you till noon, 2 o'clock. Drink some coffee. Yeah.
Wait for lunch till after the coffee.
Dude, yeah, fucking like 12:30, man. On a job site, you can't find a portalet that ain't being occupied, and everyone's just like blowing up that motherfucker, dude.
Fuck that.
It's a bad time to have to pee on a job site.
You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go in there after him. You're like, hold my breath. Whole time. Pee really fast.
Yeah.
Get out. Boom.
Interesting.
Yeah, you feel that kick.
It's actually the first time I've tasted that since I made it. So it's been it's actually been in the bottle for about 9 days now.
Okay.
So.
And it gets hotter, right, with age, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's melded nicely.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Put your head on straight.
Right. Well, I'm trying to see, because I could have put 2 less peppers in that. Like, what would that have done? So that's kind of what I'm messing with right now. Because any hotter than that, and there's no point in eating it.
Yeah.
I think that's like at that level to where
enjoy it.
Yeah, you eat enough of it, and you're going to get the reaction of stuff you put like a teardrop full on a chip, and it just like burns your mustache.
That's honestly, it's just perfect. Not too hot, not too not.
Messing with different style vinegars, what kind of flavors different vinegars use. So.
What kind of vinegar do you use for this?
This one I just use white vinegar.
Okay. Interesting.
Does that add to the freaking spice?
No. Just...
You don't think so?
Helps meld everything, I guess. I don't know. But all the recipes I've looked at, they've had vinegar in them, so...
What does vinegar taste like? That's what I'm trying to think about.
It tastes like sour ass wine.
Yeah, like
That's
ass.
what it is. Yeah.
Like ass, he said.
Like a potent armpit. You guys, want to do one more shot?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
This bowl.
Oh, man.
That's crazy, bro. Because I went for like a whole year, right? All right, maybe a couple years, where I would drink and I wouldn't feel anything at all. I would drink like bottles.
Damn.
And not feel shit. It was weird, and so now I'm drinking and I took one shot. I already feel it. I'm like, wow, this is just so weird to me. What happened? I don't understand why I went through that whole period, or what was going on in that whole period where I just didn't feel alcohol.
Right.
I wonder if if it wears on you.
I've always felt alcohol.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Have you always felt it the same?
I always did too, but
But has always felt the same to you?
My only connection was finally went.
Yeah, there goes that.
Was that it? Or?
No.
Oh, no, we got one more. We're set.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit start beeping. I'm like, oh, shit.
We got plan B.
I was hurt.
We should plan for a departure soon.
We try to be on top of that.
Let's take that shot.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because I just spilled it.
Be a good departure. Since I forgot what I was talking about anyway with the beepings, you know, I got.
Yeah, it's like a squirrel.
Right.
To new podcasts, to new beginnings.
Hell yeah.
To the never-ending dream. Peace and love. Woo! Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yeah,
stay tuned for Bill's podcast.
Yeah, stay tuned. I'll be back. I will debut the first episode here. And hopefully it'll have at least one or two of these guys in it too. So
hell yeah.
It'll be a collaboration of fun.
Always.
Let's do it.
Peace and love.
Until next time.
Dude, nice.